Good morning. It's me, Empress Oracle. So I wanted to do something different today. Y'all have seen me do cocktail and conversation, but this one, because it's morning, I'm going to do, not that that's ever stopped me before, but we're going to do coffee and conversation. So let me light my black, y'all. Yeah. So I have some Starbucks that I made right here. So in this now, because I am lactose intolerant, so we have vanilla latte Starbucks with vanilla almond milk creamer and vanilla almond milk. Yes, you need both. It makes a difference, trust me, because the creamer is hella sweet. And I also have caramel drizzles, and then I swirled it up. It is so good. Y'all want to taste it? Try it. Now, when you try this, you're going to love it. Lactose intolerant or not. Here, take a sip. It's good, ain't it? I know. I did that. I know. Okay, so today I want to talk to y'all about why I am single. Drum roll, please. Because I know a lot of people always wonder, and I've had a lot of people ask me why I'm single, and they be like, oh, you must be crazy. Like, who's not crazy? Who's not? Let's be for real. But, crazy is a state of mind. If you think differently, people will say that you're crazy. So, no, that's not it, guys. The reason why I am single, it's a plethora of reasons, actually. And we're going to run through a few of those today, if you have time. But the first main reason why I'm single right now is because I choose to be. Honestly, it's a choice. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have no problem attracting a man or a woman if I chose to go that way. But I'm heterosexual. I like men. I like mans, okay? However, I choose to be single at this time just because I'm just not satisfied with the selection where I'm located at this time. Everybody seems to be on some bullshit, and I can't even be mad at them because honestly, as women, I feel like a lot of women don't value themselves enough, and therefore they like to chase men. And because men are being chased instead of being the chaser, not that anybody should really chase anybody, I feel like it should be mutual, but because of that, now a lot of these guys feel like they're the bad bitches, and I am not one of those. Also too, what I have found is that people's standards have dropped, and I'm old school. I know I look very young, but I'm 40 years young. Yes, I am. I'm 40 years old. I mean, young, whatever. But I have standards. I'm old school. I come from a time where I grew up, for the most part, in a two-parent household, my mother and my stepfather, and I still believe in marriage. I still believe in love. I still believe that a woman is supposed to be a woman and a man is supposed to be a man. I don't want to be the man in a relationship. And just because somebody has masculine energy, and I say that because I'm an Aries, we're a masculine sign, so we can be assertive, we can be aggressive in certain areas. However, that does not mean that I want to carry the brunt or the load of the relationship. And unfortunately, these men nowadays, because a lot of these women, they act as though they're desperate, they're chasing men and they're taking care of men, especially, I find that especially here in Georgia, okay? I don't care what anybody says. The ratio of women taking care of men, it is outstanding and it is ridiculous. That's why it's a problem for independent women who, just because you're independent, that doesn't mean that you think, oh, I can do everything by myself, I don't want a man. No, what that means is you are able to carry your own weight, and you also want a man that is able to carry their own weight. And then you two come together and you build an empire in whatever it may be, even if it's just an empire of love and family, you know? And unfortunately, people's morals and values are just not like how they used to be. The people are just too loose. And me, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. It takes a special kind of man, a strong man, a God-fearing man, a confident man, a man who knows who he is and is willing to be himself in front of everybody and not put on for the city. That is the type of man that I'm attracted to. Unfortunately, because I'm in Atlanta, a lot of people like to put on facades. And now, don't get me wrong, I changed my hair like I changed my underwear. But it is all me. I'm one of the realest people that you'll ever meet. And I stand 10 toes down behind that. Unfortunately, a lot of the men that I have come across in my time, they seem to suffer from severe identity crises. And I think that's because they want to fit in. They want to look cool. They want to look like they that man, they that nigga, whatever. But are you really? If you're trying to please everybody, are you really that guy? I don't think so. To thine own self be true, boo. To thine own self be true. And a lot of people are not able to do that. That's also the reason why I don't have any friends. Because the females that I have come across, unfortunately, a lot of them have that same issue also. They'll be one way when we are in our own company. They'll be friendly, they'll be sweet, we'll crack jokes and everything. And I'll be like, okay, this girl is cool. But God forbid they get on the internet. All of a sudden they act brand new and they're throwing shade. Or God forbid we go out and there's some handsome men around. All of a sudden they're doing the same thing. They're throwing shade. They're doing the most, to be chosen. And I feel like if it's meant for you to be chosen, you'll be chosen. You should stand out because of your own personality, your own character, just who you are. Everybody is different, but everybody wants to be the same. And that just doesn't work for me. I need somebody that's just as unique as myself, as a partner, as well as friends. This shit's so good, y'all. But for real, another reason why I'm single is because a lot of people judge a book by its cover. Basically, I'm an eccentric individual. I'm a creative. Anybody who's a creative, you have your own look, you have your own niche. You may have a few like myself. However, just because somebody is unique or creative does not mean that they are simple-minded. And just because somebody is attractive does not mean that they are stupid. Unfortunately, something else that I have come to see, which is so sad, is attractive people dumbing themselves down to fit in. And, I used to do that. I did. What happened with me doing that? I acted like a dumbass, so I got played like a dumbass. You live and you learn. But as I got older and I became more confident in who I am, and my self-love grew, and I went on my spiritual journey and figured out who I really was, what I really wanted, that just was unacceptable. Because you have to let your light shine. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, when you have brains and beauty and a booty, that is just too much for a lot of people to handle. It's sad to say, but it's very true. And if I have to be the one beautiful female with brains to show it out loud and stand by myself until a handsome man with brains is confident enough to address me appropriately and court me appropriately like a lady, because regardless of what I wear, regardless of how much ass I show on the internet, I show these brains first, and I always carry myself like a lady, and I expect to be treated as such. And unfortunately, guys think with the wrong head most of the time. And a lot of times when they come at me and I open my mouth and they hear how well spoken I am, they try to put on a facade as though they're willing to court me in a gentlemanly manner, but give it 1 to 2 conversations and their mind goes right down to the gutter. Now, I can't even fault a lot of them, because I have seen women who will put on and act like, them act all stush, right? They act sedity, conceited, stuck up, whatever, until that man gets them behind closed doors or into one decent conversation, and then they legs up in the air and they don't even know this man's last name. I'm just not one of those. I'm sorry. I deserve to be courted. I deserve to be treated a certain kind of way. And unfortunately, where I'm located at this time, these gentlemen are not willing to do that. Therefore, I'm going to keep this precious, fat, wet, tight vagina to myself. I would rather rub the epidermis off of my vagina than give it away again to somebody who does not deserve it. And that's why I'm single. Period. I have no problem with waiting. And also, too, I'm celibate. A lot of people don't believe me when I say that I'm celibate. Now, just because I'm celibate, that does not mean that people don't try to talk to me. They do. However, I can tell by the way somebody approaches me what their intentions are. Sometimes I will give certain people the benefit of the doubt. Once I say no, no, thank you, and they be like, no, 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 I probably not like that. I'll give you a chance to prove me wrong. Unfortunately, not many people have proven me wrong. Not any people have proven me wrong. So, as I said before, that's fine with me. Because you know what? Good things come to those who wait. Confirmation from my little kitty cat. Good things come to those who wait. And I'm willing to wait until somebody can see me for who I truly am. Not the outside, but the inside. Because I firmly believe that my beauty shines from within. That's what makes me so attractive, is because I have a good, pure heart. I have a good, pure soul. I'm a good person. I do right by people, and I try to spread love. And unfortunately, it's not accepted by most, because a lot of people are not used to healthy expressions of love. And that's okay. I'm willing to keep to myself until I find somebody who will receive me appropriately and will also act accordingly and reciprocate. I'm not going to keep pouring into an empty cup. I refuse to do that. I spent many, many years of my life pouring into broken vessels. So what happened? All of that love seeped out. I was the one who ended up drained emotionally, sexually, mentally, physically, right? And they went on about their business because hoe is life for them. I don't appreciate that. And if you don't want to be treated a certain way, you can't, in times of weakness, you can't just be like, oh well, let me just go ahead and accept this kind of treatment real quick, because that's how you get caught up. I know that. That's why I always talk so much about self-love, self-growth, self-maturity, getting to know who you truly are. Please ignore my kitty cat. But yes, I feel like all of that is very important. A lot of people are so afraid of being alone because they feel as though if they take the time out to learn how to love themselves appropriately and learn what they truly want and don't want, they feel as though they're going to spend the rest of their lives alone. But you know what? If you take time to yourself and you take time to get to know yourself and you pour into yourself all that love that you're trying to pour into somebody else, you will always attract people. And when it's time, the right person will cross your path. Trust me. Trust you me. You just have to have faith and you have to believe in yourself. And I do. I do. I believe in myself. I believe in love. I believe in real love. I believe in reciprocity. I believe that I deserve as good as I give. And when I'm in a relationship, I give my all. Okay? Because I always heal. Healing is a lifetime job. You will always have to heal from something. There's so many people that walk around here broken, hurt, a chip on their shoulder, a crack in their heart. And because of that, they miss out on good people because they're carrying the scars and the wounds from past relationships into the new relationships. So many people self-sabotage a good thing because they haven't healed from their past. I don't have that problem, but I keep coming across people who do have that problem. When I first meet them, they come across as oh so healed, oh so confident, oh so strong and secure in their manhood. But once I take the time to get to know them, they're broken. They have Peter Pan syndrome. They're stuck at an age in their mind where everything was great. They're unwilling to grow. And I can't do anything with anybody that's unwilling to grow, because life is about evolution. Life is about growth. I have no intentions of being the same place in 10 years where I am today. And I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't even have a vision for where they want to be even 5 years from now, 2 years from now. I deserve better than that. I feel as though everybody deserves better than that. Unfortunately, a lot of people that I come across, they don't believe that themselves. Their mouth may say it, but their actions prove otherwise. Because they want to be out in the streets. They want to be for the streets. They want to be hoes and bros, whatever. That's fine. Go ahead. By all means, do you. But just know you won't be doing that with me. That's how I feel, guys. And I feel as though a lot of people need to raise their value. Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm priceless. I'm one of one. And a lot of people, instead of you know, being in their uniqueness and knowing their value and standing 10 toes down about it, they'd rather be for everybody. They'd rather be like everybody else. And for me, that gets boring. Why do I want essentially a bot? Why? Exactly, I don't know either. So really, the reason why I'm single is because I refuse to settle. Because I know my worth and I know I bring a lot to the table. Therefore, I expect a lot. But I don't expect for somebody who does not know their worth to be able to give that to me. And until I am in the right environment, around the right kind of people who also know their worth and their value, and they don't try to tear other people down to make themselves feel bigger, I have no problem with being by myself. I use that time to pour into myself, to rest, to drink water, to work out, to do crafts, to do everything else I want to do, because time waits for no one. So in the meantime, while I know that I want certain things, and while I know I expect a certain level of maturity and a certain level of reciprocity, until I find somebody that's fully capable to do that, I have no problem being by myself. That's why I'm single, guys. Trust me. When the time is right, when I'm around people who are ambitious, honest, and loyal, and secure in themselves, that is when God will put the right person in my path. Until then, I'm content to work on myself. I feel like everybody should do that, because I feel like everybody deserves the best that life has to offer. But if you don't feel your best, if you don't look your best, and if you accept anything from anybody, you'll never get that. You will never get that. One thing that I learned, because there were a few times that I did settle out of boredom, out of loneliness, out of horniness. The times that I did settle, one thing that I learned is that you cannot make anybody do something they don't want to do. You can't make somebody love you. No matter how much you try to show them how good you are, no matter how much you try to show them the good qualities you have, no matter how much you try to show them what you bring to the table, if they don't love themselves, they won't be open to receive it. And they're going to block it, and they're going to cut it down and reject it over and over. And all that does is just slowly chip away at your self-esteem and your self-worth. And I feel as though life is hard enough on its own. Life has enough obstacles on its own. Life has enough challenges on its own, especially when you're a minority, especially when you're a woman. Why must you go and set yourself up for more pain and more hurt unnecessarily? I feel as though that's a form of self-sabotage. I'm willing to wait. Good things come to those who wait. It's important, ladies and gentlemen, to know your worth. Pour into yourself. Give yourself the love that you're looking for in other people, and that's how you attract the love that you truly deserve. Until then, I'll be single. That's all, guys. Don't forget to vote for me, please, for Inked Magazine. I would love to win, okay? Right now, I'm in the top 15. They're cutting it by 5s, so go on ahead and put in your votes. They're free, but also, too, you can also do a freedom vote where you can donate any denomination of your choice. You can type in $1, you can type in 25 cents. It all goes back to helping transitioning felons reintegrate back into society. That is a cause I firmly believe in, because I believe everybody deserves a second chance. That's all. I hope that was thorough enough so you guys don't think I'm an undercover lesbian. Although, if you are a lesbian, kudos to you. That's just not for me. Tried it, didn't like it. So that you guys don't think I'm some nutcase. I'm not. I just have standards that I will not compromise anymore for anybody. So I hope that answered you guys' questions. I love you all. Take care. Love yourself. And I love you.